Hey everyone, I'm Julia Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the story of my really creepy Uber driver experience when I was in college. Also, I have a lot of stories about back when I was in college and just weird stuff that happened to me. So if you really like this story, please comment below if you want to hear more. Alright, so pretty much this happened my junior year of college when I first turned 21. This was about like 4 or 5 years ago. So this was pretty much when Uber first came out. First when it started getting popular, especially where I lived, because I lived in a college town that was super small, almost kind of rural. So Uber wasn't really popular yet. It was kind of just starting to take off. So there was definitely like some kinks, some weird stuff going on with Uber, I feel like, that really wouldn't happen now. Like drivers purposely going along our routes, stuff like that. So anyways, on this particular night, I went out with my roommate, just one roommate. I lived in a house with about 4 other girls when I was in school. And on this night, only my one roommate could come out. It was just a random Thursday night that me and her just decided, let's go out to the bar. We just turned 21. Why not? So anyways, me and this particular roommate, I won't say her name, but she definitely had a habit of getting drunk, like really belligerently drunk. This girl could not handle her alcohol whatsoever, and I do actually think, we're not really in contact anymore, but I do actually think there was an underlying issue with her, maybe like just not alcoholism, but just not being able to really handle alcohol. So whatever, me and this girl go out to the bar, and where we live, it's a big school, but everyone kind of knows everyone. And at this particular bar, it's a bar that everyone went to on Thursday nights. This was like our Thursday night bar. Everyone in the school went to this bar on Thursdays. So we go out, we're out for a few hours. This girl ends up getting so drunk. So without my knowledge, some of her friends, who weren't also my friends, they weren't mutual friends, some of her friends she met at the bar actually ended up ordering her a separate car home and going with her to our house. But without my knowledge, like without telling me at all at first. So she pretty much just left me at the bar, which is fine. Like, I mean, it happens. Girls like I've gone out with or have been friends with have gone home with guys, whatever, and like gone home with guys and left me at the bar before. It's just not really a big deal to me. I knew she was drunk and I didn't really hold it against her because I'm a big girl. I can handle shit on my own. So anyways, so I ended up at the bar just hanging out with like my own friends, and then time came to go home. So the thing about this, where we lived our junior year, was that we lived not in the college part of town. So I actually didn't choose the house we lived in. She chose the house. And this house was a little bit cheaper rent. It was a rental, obviously, but it was in a part of town, like it was like a 20-minute drive from the bar. So it was not kind of where other students lived. So that's the important part of the story, where I had to take a car home by myself, because nobody else that we were friends with or that I knew at the bar was going this way. And at this time, we're like all poor college students. I'm gonna make someone go like 20 minutes out of the way of where they live, pay for that Uber, just to like come with me to my house. Plus, I wasn't really drunk, so it really wasn't a big deal. Anyways, I ended up ordering like just an Uber on my own, just my own Uber. And I get in the car, I order the Uber and I get in the car, and the driver is just like a regular middle-aged guy. So as soon as I get in the car, the first thing he says to me is, "Oh, where are you going?" And I said, the area of town where I was going, even though it should have been in his maps. And he goes, "Oh, you're alone." So I go, "Yeah, I am. My roommate went home with someone else." And he was like, "Oh, I don't usually drive people home alone from the bar. Usually they're in like a big group of people when I bring them to that area of town. Usually they are all splitting the ride." And I repeated myself. I said, "Yeah, my roommate went home with someone, so I just got a car alone." And he goes, "Oh, okay." So then he starts driving and he goes, you don't want to go back to your house right now. You must be mad at your roommate. And I said, no, I actually don't care. And he repeats it. He goes, sure, you're mad at your roommate. Like, try and convince me I'm mad at her. I go, no, I'm fine. Like, I don't really care. Then he goes, you know, I live in this area. Do you just want to come back to my house? You can stay there. You don't want to go home because your roommates are probably mad at you. So creepy. So I'm like, no, I want to go home. Like, reiterate it. And then at this point, I'm really creeped out. So I start calling my guy friend, who is on the baseball team where we went to school. And the baseball team where we went to school is Division 1. So they're pretty good. So he was like in bed asleep because they had a game the next morning. And during the baseball season, they can't really go out. So I was blowing up his phone. And he texts me and he's like, Julia, why are you calling me right now? I am trying to sleep. And I'm like, hey, can you just answer your phone and like pretend to be my boyfriend for like 5-10 minutes? I just don't really feel safe right now. So he's like, fine. So he finally picks up his phone. I'm like, hey babe, I'll be home soon. Like, I'll be home shortly. Can't wait to see you. So the Uber driver is like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, it was my boyfriend. He's waiting for me. Like, he's getting annoyed that I'm not home yet. So the Uber driver finally shuts up about the whole, you're going to be mad at your roommates, you don't want to go home, blah, blah, blah. Finally shuts up about it, and like I said, it was kind of a rural area, so I actually had him drop me off, like, down the street from where I actually live, like a few houses down. I was like, stop here, this is fine. And then I ran into my house, like, and shut the porch door, locked the door, and thank God, I actually gave this guy a 1-star rating, and I kind of wrote what he said to Uber. I was like, listen, this was not okay, blah, 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 and they ended up just giving me a $5 credit. Whatever. It didn't happen again. I never got that driver again. I think maybe other people either had been giving him 1 stars, or they just never assigned me him again. But either way, I did end up surviving, making the night. This man thankfully did not kidnap me. But just a warning, like, be safe when you're taking Uber alone. I do it all the time in the city. I feel like it's okay, but if you're in a small town or rural area, definitely like try to stick with your friends so this doesn't happen to you. Anyways, that was my creepy Uber college story. Please like and subscribe for more story times.